What is up? This is Los, and this is the Talking Place, and I am here talking very specifically about Project Hail Mary. And this is a show that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been wanting to do it since I saw the movie. Well, not necessarily the show, but I've been wanting to talk about it. It's been such a good, okay, let me start by saying that I have been a fan of Project Hail Mary since 2022. I read the book back then. I knew right away, as soon as I finished the book, I knew that it was one of my favorite books. Not really just specifically of now. I mean, all time, it's one of my favorite books. There's a lot going on in there that really, really resonated with me. And I really got hooked on it. And I remember when I read it, I couldn't read anything science fiction for a while because it filled that void very so full. I couldn't handle anything else. I didn't want to. Nothing else was going to equal it. Basically what I'm saying is that I'm totally better than anybody who is just a fan of the movie. This is how I feel. I am both very overly excited to know that there's a whole generation now that is being inspired by this story. I am genuinely very, very happy for everyone who is getting attached to this and loving it and all that. I am also very, very upset that I love this story for so long, for so many years, that I loved it and that it always lived rent free in my head. And now what gets me is that whenever something like this happens, I feel like I'm on the bandwagon. I'm with everybody else, and I should be excited. I should be happy. I should be reveling in the amazingness of nerds coming together for a nerdy story. But at the same time, I'm like I knew about this before. I'm not just joining in on everybody. This is something that I've been telling everybody. Whenever anybody asks me, what should I read? What can I read next? What have you read Project Hail Mary? That's always my answer. My first question to what should I read next? That is my first question when I'm answering that. But yeah, so what I'm saying is that I'm a fan. And I'm glad that we could talk about it now on another level, because this is something that not a lot of people are able to sit there and read for, a whole book. That's just the way this generation and future generations seems like they're going to be wired, and that sucks. But I'm glad maybe the movie is going to inspire people to actually read more books. We'll see. Maybe we'll get there, hopefully. But I don't think I'm going to be doing spoilers on this. I don't typically do spoilers for anything. I don't typically get into to spoiler stuff because I don't like to single out people. I don't like to tell people well, stop listening. I like to just keep everything broad, general, and go from there, and not really single out certain people that saw something or read something. I am gonna try my best to not say anything that is spoilery. With that said, let me get into it. As far as the book goes versus the movie, I think that is the big thing that I could tell you as someone who has read the book and saw the movie. I could tell you right now, it is one of the most faithful adaptations from book to film that I have that I've seen. I've seen a few, I've seen quite a few that are very, very far from what the source material is. And like, I'm looking at you, Da Vinci Code. Like I remember when the Da Vinci Code came out, and I was a huge fan of the book. I loved the book. Everybody loved the book. Do you remember when that book came out and like everyone was going bonkers for it? That was the book to read during that time. And I loved it. I was a huge fan. And you know, I got into the whole Dan Brown thing, Angels and Demons, like I was all about it. I loved it. And then the movie came out, and Ron Howard, bless his heart, it was not the same. Like, I remember watching that movie, and the whole time I was just like, why? Like, why is this like this? Like, I wanted the book to be in the movie form. Like, that's what I wanted. And looking back at it now, the Da Vinci Code is a good movie. It's a good movie. It's really, it's fun to sit there and watch, you know, but if you sit there with the book in your hand and you're like, this is not the same, you're going to be disappointed. That's how I was. That's what happened with me in the Da Vinci Code. Now, you know, looking back, it's good. I like the movie. I like the book. They're two different things. You got to separate them and you'll be fine. You know, Project Hail Mary. This is different. This is like, I'm a fan of the book. I love the book. This is the best book ever. You go to watch the movie. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is like, you are in heaven. You're watching the adaptation. Like, it's so like, it honors it so well. And the thing is, there's a few things that are different. Like, in the first 5 minutes, I tried to get my kids to read the book. I tried to read it to them years ago. My boys, the teenager and the preteen, I tried to read it to them a few years ago. They were not really caring. Like, you know, they were already a little older. So it's like they were already over the age of like bedtime stories and reading to them and stuff. They were there. I felt like they were just like amusing me, like letting me read it to them. But you know, I stopped reading it because I felt like they were not caring about it, you know. Fast forward to now, it was like a few months ago when the trailer started coming out for the movie, that the younger boy was like, I really want to watch that. I want to read it now. I want to do, you know, so he started to read it. He got like, you know, 4, 5, 6 chapters in, and then he stopped. And the teen, he doesn't read. He don't read nothing. And I tried to get him into the audiobook, and he told me he finished the audiobook. He told me he finished it, but after he watched the movie. Like, he read like half of it or a quarter of it before the movie, that he listened to the audiobook, but whatever. But anyway, I tried to get them to go on it, and they knew enough. The boy, I went to go watch it with the younger boy, and it was like the first 5 minutes of the movie. This is different. What's going on? He doesn't do this. Like, you know, like telling me the differences. I'm like, stop. Like, I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't know what was going to go on, but I was like, you cannot compare them. Just watch the movie and enjoy it. That you cannot think about it, because you're going to mess yourself up. And like, I knew it. I caught it. Like, I said the same thing in my head that he was telling me. So it's like, I was worried in the first 5 minutes how different it was going to be, but I was there for the ride. I was going to enjoy it. You know, I told myself I wasn't going to be doing that, but I didn't have to worry. That's the point I'm trying to make. I didn't have to worry about it, because it was just like the first 5 minutes, it was different. You know, it was a little off compared to how it happened in the book, and it was okay. But for the rest of the movie, it was was a little, turning here and there, but for the most part, for like in the general scope of things, it was perfect. It was great. I think that if there was any differences going on, if if I want to nitpick or whatever, I mean, this is a fairly big nitpick, if you love the book for what it is, there was a lot of science going on in the book. There was so much science, and it was great for reading. It was great to sit there and read it because it wasn't bashing you over the head. You're an idiot. How do you not know this science? It's like, it was science that made you feel like you were smart, because the way Andy Weir wrote it, he wrote it like it was very smart science that you were figuring out as you went. So as you were going, something would be described, and then as it was described, it was figured out. It was something was said, or something was, talked through or whatever, and it made you feel like you were freaking genius. And it was good, but there was a lot of science, and it was awesome because it's like, it really, really put you in there. And I think that's one of the magic things that the book has to it, like it really sets you in the space of, it really puts you in the headspace of Grace, of him being out there in space. So it's really great for that. The understanding that I have is that this is a movie. This was a movie, and because it's a movie, I understand how movies work. I understand that the people who read books and the people who read movies, that most of the time, that was me. Don't look at your watch. It's two different types of people. You got your book people who love to figure things out on their own, who love to be walked through things and to not be told every single little thing. But then there's also the movie people who sit there and who want to veg out and who want to be dragged along this story, and just being dragged through the dirt and looking around in awe and just loving the whole journey. So I understand the differences, and I understand that there's different people, but at the same time, they could be the same person, So it's like, it's something that someone found the balance, and they managed to do it perfectly. They managed to make everyone happy at the same time, and it was glorious. It was great to watch, and I'm very excited to see what they do for the physical release. I feel, because I have seen in places that it was said a few times in different places that the movie was like 3.5 hours long, and that they had to cut it down. That tells me that there was a lot that they had to take out, that they wanted to put in there, but they couldn't. So that makes me very excited. That makes me ecstatic, that I really want to see. I want to see the cut. I want to see the director's cut. I want to see everything that was cut, that was left on the floor. I want to see it in extended edition physical release. Oh my God, I'm excited. I want to see it. Give it to me. But until then, we're just here marveling in the amazingness that it was. It was something that a big thing that I took away from it. A big thing that I took away from the movie was that it felt different. It felt like it felt like the way movies used to feel. A big thing that a lot of people agree with, and I'm sure you agree with it too. Movies are not the same. Movies are not what they used to be. And that sucks. That sucks because it doesn't seem like it's getting better. It doesn't seem like it's progressing into something better. It's like de-evolving. And things are getting more and more. Matt Damon has gone on record to say that stuff, that the movies, the way they're being made, that they're being made in a way that is not the way it used to be. And I don't know if you've heard that interview before. I'm going to see if I can link to it and find it. But basically what he's saying, he made a movie. It was with Ben Affleck, whichever movie that was. I think it went to Netflix. But he was saying that the people of Netflix, or whoever it was, that they were basically saying that the movie has to be written in a way that the people who are watching it are going to be able to follow along while they're on their phones doing whatever, because they know that people these days, that they're going to be watching the movie while they're on their phones. So they want to dumb down the movie experience to a level where you don't even have to be watching it to follow along with the plot. Do you know how messed up that is? Do you know how wrong that is? Like, I can't even begin to describe to you the levels of wrong there. But holy crap, like it's something that you it sounds like a made up plot to a bad movie. Like, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like an executive in a movie, like, is saying this thing that just so bizarre and out there. But there's people like that. There's people who sit on their phones the entire time during a movie, and that's how they watch a movie. And it baffles my mind. It's like, I cannot, like, I have to sit there. I have to pay attention. I'm watching a movie and I love it. I love every aspect of movies. I've always been a fan of movies. I've always been someone that appreciates cinematography, acting, you know, the way things are set up. I've always loved that type of stuff. So to know that we're getting to the point now where executives are telling the movie writers and actors that you have to be verbalizing the plot repeatedly in order for people to follow along because they're not really watching it, like that hurts. That is horrible. But anyway, I digress. What I'm saying is that this movie, Project Hail Mary, it doesn't feel like that. It feels the way movies used to feel. You go in there and there's a sense of wonder and excitement and mystery, and like you're there trying to figure things out. There's so much going on, and you just feel like a magical connection to it. Like it's something that you're there. Even my teenager, because I went with my younger boy, and the teenager was supposed to go with us, but then he wound up going to do something else with somebody else. He wound up going to watch the movie with a friend of his a few days later. And he said that both him and his friend, who are both teenage boys, you know, in high school, very, very like, you know, emotionally, you know, dumbed down for everything. He said that throughout the entire movie that they were both crying, like tearing up, like for various parts of the movie, like various things that were happening. They were like tearing up and crying. Like the amount of like, what? Like that like you're admitting that, and that you're telling us, and like this movie is something special. Like it's something like really out there with how it makes you feel, how it was made, like the visual effects, the practical effects, you know, like everything is like on another level compared to like everything else, compared to everything else that Hollywood has been doing, it's up there, you know, like, and I know it's like a collective effort, you know. Andy Weir's story, he was also producing the movie, so he had a huge hand. He did not have this much of a hand in The Martian when it was made. The Martian was a good movie. I really liked the book. The Martian was an awesome book. I really liked the movie, but the book was a lot better. Like, there was a difference there. There's a contrast between the book Martian and the movie Martian. Project Hail Mary, Andy Weir, he was producing, he had a hand in it. Like, I just heard an interview earlier today. I'll link to it too. I just heard an interview that he did, that he was there. He was like almost every day he was on set, and he was there to like give advice, he was there. There's difference. There's the difference right there. The author of the material was there, having a hand in it. And then you have the directors, the same directors. They gave us the Spider-Verse movies. They gave us, what was it? The Lego movie. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball. Like, they know what they're doing to make a good movie, to take a story and to bring it out and to keep you engaged with, like, you know, humor and like feeling, and like, it was the perfect combination. And then put Ryan Gosling in there and forget about it. Like, he's so passionate about the things that he does. Like, he gets so into it. And I saw something with him. He was talking about it, that he read the book when it first came out, and that he wanted to make it back then. Like, he was sold. He was with it from day one. So it's like there was so much passion going on surrounding this book, this story, like everything. It shone through. And they made a movie that was so spectacular and so faithful to the book, and so, like, I don't know, like, it's something that if you watch it, you understand what I'm talking about. You understand it, you get it. You know, if you're one of those that you sit there with your facing the phone for the whole movie or whatever, you're not going to get it. It's very much an old feeling movie, back when movies were made by people who cared about what they were doing. And to know that this is a book it's like my favorite book, that it's like, that I hold so near and dear, that it was treated with such respect, and it was treated like so greatly, like, you know, put on this pedestal. Like, it warms my heart, like, beyond belief. Like, this is something that it doesn't come around very often, and I really, really hope that it becomes the norm for you know, future movies that come out. I mean, if you look at it, like, you know, we have, I think I said it today or last night or something, but we were talking about movies in the Discord. There is you know, we have Project Hail Mary. There is an adaptation of Remarkably Bright Creatures that is coming to Netflix. Netflix is doing it, and that looks like it'll be pretty good. I mean, judging by just the short little trailer that I watched, that looks like it'll be fun. I enjoyed that book. I thought it wasn't as great as so many people put it out to be, but it was still a good book. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. That comes out in May on Netflix. Also, it was announced earlier. Was it earlier? A few days ago, it was announced that The House in the Cerulean Sea is getting an animated series from Warner Brothers Animation. So all these books that have come out in, you know, the last 5 years or so, they're getting movie and show adaptations. Like, what does that tell you? You know, like it's pretty easy to see that Hollywood is running out of ideas. I mean, the past 10 years or so of movies should be telling you that. Like, they're doing nothing but remakes. They're doing all these different things that are like flopping. You know, they're not good. You get like once in a while you get a good movie coming out. And it's like now they're going back to books. They're going back to these stories that have been, you know, being put out consistently, that are, you know, on people's shelves, and people are loving their stories. So they're taking them and they're making movies and shows. And, you know, as a reader, as someone who has been reading, you know, all these books for the past, you know, 5, 6, 7 years now, it's something that it's expected, because, you know, they're good books, you know, they're good stories, you know, and then you look on the other side of it, Hollywood has been flopping, you know, they've been not doing great because they're not going the right direction with stuff. So it's like, it's a natural progression of it. It's a natural thing that, you know, of course, this is how it's going to go. So it's like, I really hope Project Hail Mary is setting a precedent here. Like, I really hope that they pave the way for how things should be done. You know, if you are going to take a book and you're going to make it into a movie or a show, you better have the author sitting in a chair behind a camera. Like, that's how it needs to be all the time. So it's like, here's to hoping. I mean, I don't think I could go on. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that was not in the movie for Project Hail Mary that was in the book that made a lot of impacts. That was like very, very obviously not put in there. And there was some stuff that happened in the movie that it was more detailed in the book, and it was actually like hinted at in the movie. There was something that happened that I noticed that I saw it, and I'm like, okay, that's not how that happened. But then it was like the very next scene, it was like the first thing that popped up, and it was not acknowledged. It was not said. It was just like a picture or something. And it was like, okay, that's an Easter egg for people who read the book. It was like, okay, we know that this is what happened in the book, but we're not going to go over it in the movie. But here's a little Easter egg, you know, like they did that. So it's like they still honored it, even though it wasn't something that happened in the book the way that it happened. It was still honored. So it was, I don't know, like it was such like a hug. It was a hug to the people who love the book. Like, you know, it was good. It was like, you know, we're with you. We know, you know, just enjoy it still, whatever. So I don't know. Go watch it while it's still in theaters, because it is very much a movie like to experience in the theater. The bigger the screen, the better, you know. I really wish we had a 70 millimeter IMAX movie theater next to us. The teenager has been really into like movies. He's been talking about cinematography, like he's mentioned it, you know, and like I think he's getting to the point now where he's like appreciating things a lot more like that. So, you know, he's also been into Dune. We watched Dune 1 and 2. I watched it for the first time last week. And he was going crazy about watching Dune 3 in IMAX in the 70 millimeter. So we wound up, he was like going crazy for me to get tickets, and I freaking got the tickets. So now in December, when Dune 3 comes out, we're going to be driving down to Miami, and we're going to make a whole day out of it, everybody. And we're going to go watch, because that's the closest freaking 70 millimeter IMAX theater that we have. So we're going to go down there and watch that. But if you have an IMAX where they're still showing Project Hail Mary, go watch it. You know, even if you don't and you have a regular, just go watch it. Go watch the freaking movie. Get out there and check it out and see what I'm talking about, and get caught up in it. It's gonna win awards. It's gonna win Academy Awards, Oscar. It's gonna knock it out of the park, guaranteed. Like, there ain't no way that this is gonna be snubbed out there. Mark my words. So, peace out. Go read some books. Go read the next big movie. Go check out Remarkably Bright Creatures, since that's gonna be like the next one coming out in May. So go check it out. Go do something with your time. Go put the phone down and watch a movie.